Hey guys, so it's been like over a month, it feels like. No, it's not been a month since I filmed like a beauty or that kind of video, but I've kind of missed it and I kind of failed epically with Vlogmas. So I saw this tag going around and I decided I wanted to try doing it, and it's the childhood favorites tag. And I read all the questions through and I didn't really think about them much except for one, and I'm actually really excited to do it. So I'm looking at the 10 questions right here, and I figure I will just go ahead and get into it. The number one question is favorite childhood memory. And I guess I have two, one's more specific than the other one. And the first one is just in general, when I was younger, I think up until probably like middle school, every summer, we would go, me, my mom, and then when my sister was born, my sister would go too, to Colorado to visit my grandparents for 2 weeks every summer. And it was just something that I'll always remember with fond memories because, we would fly to go see them because we've always lived far enough away to where we have to take a plane. And it was always exciting to fly on the plane and go and see Grandma and Grandpa and get to see all of our family on my mom's side, pretty much, because they all live in Colorado. And we just got to do lots of really fun things while we were there. We got to see the Air Force Academy, where my dad graduated from college, where my parents got married, where there's all kinds of stuff, like the Garden of the Gods, Pikes Peak, all that stuff. So it was just there are so many fond memories attached with our 2 weeks every summer in Colorado. So that's one. And then the more specific one, I think, that would be a favorite of mine was my third birthday. I got a lot of people, like 80s and 90s kids, will remember it, but it was the Playskool white and pink dollhouse that had like sounds, like it had a little like nursery, like a baby nursery in it. It had this little dresser, and you pressed the heart button and it like played a lullaby. And it was completely plastic, it was completely girly, and it was all pink and white, but it was like, I got surprised for my third birthday with that gift, and it was just like the epitome of a girly third birthday. Like, it was amazing. And I wish we would have kept it. I don't think we kept it, but we had it for a really long time, and it was probably my favorite, like, I don't know if it was my favorite toy as a kid, but it was definitely like my favorite birthday gift that I can remember as a kid. So that's definitely a favorite. Question number two is favorite childhood story you don't remember but was told to you. And I had to think about this briefly because, there's a lot of stories that I remember my parents telling me, but one that sticks out, and it's kind of Christmas related, I guess, was when I had just turned 3, I was 3, and because my sister wasn't born yet, and we went to Oklahoma to see my dad's side of the family for Christmas. And on Christmas morning, they tell me that I snuck into my Nana and Papa's room, my dad's parents. I snuck into their room really early in the morning on Christmas and like woke them up and told them the Christmas story. And like, I don't remember doing this. I don't even think like, I remember being in Oklahoma, but I don't remember it. But it just like makes me smile to know that like my grandparents like put up with their 3-year-old grandkid coming in their room and like patiently listening to that 3-year-old tell them the Christmas story. So that just like, I don't know, that just makes me kind of think maybe I was kind of a good kid. I don't know. But that's one that I remember my parents telling me a lot. So number 3, favorite candy. As a little kid, I don't remember being able to have a lot of candy. I just think that I wasn't like a candy eating kid, but I remember as I got older and started going to school, I really liked pink and red Starbursts. That was one that I can kind of remember having like at like class parties and stuff like that, but I don't remember up until like middle school, I guess, if that still counts as childhood, like Sour Patch Kids was like my favorite candy then, but as a younger kid, it was definitely like Starburst. I think I was not much of a chocolate eater, but I remembered I only wanted the red and pink Starburst, so I guess that counts. Number 4, favorite movie and TV show. I guess like any little girl that grew up when the movies were coming out, I was a Disney princess movie fan. And I guess my favorite was probably Beauty and the Beast. I would make my mom, my poor mom, I'd make her act that out with me as a little kid all the time. And I always had to be Belle, and she had to be like the mean, like the Beast or Gaston or whoever. Like, and I would sing the songs and I would act out scenes. Like, that was my favorite. That or Little Mermaid, but I think Beauty and the Beast was probably my absolute favorite. And favorite TV show? As a little kid, like 2 and 3 and 4, I can remember vividly watching Sesame Street. And like, I can still vaguely remember like some of like the songs and the characters and stuff, and we'll joke around at home about it from time to time, because it was just like, that's when Sesame Street was actually educational and really good for kids to watch, instead of being like completely politically correct and not wanting to offend anybody or whatever else. And then when I got a little bit older, I remember watching Legends of the Hidden Temple a lot. I don't know if a lot of people are going to remember that, but it was like a history, like kids game show where they had to like run through the obstacle course of the temple at the end and try and get the, gosh, I can't even remember. It was like you had to get to the room where the treasure was and not get caught by those like Mayan temple guards. It was just, oh, that's what my parents should have known. I was gonna get a history degree like at that point, because it was my favorite show. And that was, if I got in trouble for something, they would like ground me from watching Legends of the Hidden Temple. I can remember that. So that was definitely my favorite show. Favorite game? I wasn't allowed to play, we didn't have any like game consoles or anything like Nintendo. I didn't have anything like that growing up, but like board games, we liked Pretty Pretty Princess a lot. Me and my friends would always play that. That was like, gosh, I need to find that. I know we have it still, but that was a really fun game. Very girly, but that was probably my favorite. And then there was a game, oh my gosh, what was it? It was Don't Wake Up Daddy, I think is what it was called, and like you had to go around the board, and like there was a sleeping dad in a bed in the middle of it, and you had to press like the alarm clock so many times, and if he popped up and his hat flew off, you like had to go backspaces or something. I just remember that was really fun too. So, but probably Pretty Pretty Princess was my favorite. Gosh, man, I'm remembering all these things now, and it's kind of fun to like think back. Favorite things to do as a kid? I played outside a lot when I was young. I had friends in our neighborhood, and I would go play with them or go swimming. And I read a lot. I was a big reader. Always would want to go get books from the library. I had every single one of the Berenstain Bears books, and I would read them constantly. Riding my bike, once I learned how to do that, that was a big thing I liked doing. I don't know. I mean, growing up, my parents didn't let me watch a ton of TV, which I'm grateful for, that I like played outside and swung on swings and like did kid things that other kids these days don't do. So I'm very happy for that. But yeah, reading and like riding my bike and playing outside and like playing with friends was what I can remember doing most as a young kid. So yeah, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful I have those childhood memories. Favorite grade in school? Well, like I've said in other videos, I moved a ton. I was in 3 different first grades, 2 different fourth grades. It was like, I mean, it wasn't a lot of stability with like one class, but I guess my favorite elementary school year was probably 2nd grade, because I was in a whole class for a whole year. I got the teacher that my mom wanted me to have. I loved her. She actually lived in my neighborhood as a kid, so I would go over on like weekends and play with her 2 chocolate labs, and it was really kind of cool. She was really sweet, and I had lots of my like really good kid friends in that class. So 2nd grade was a good year and really fun. So I'll have to say 2nd grade. 8. Favorite childhood photo. I had to go and look for some, and one of them I couldn't find, so I don't have that one. But I did get 2 out that I'm like, I think one's kind of appropriate, and this one is one of them. I hope you'll be able to see it, but that's me right there, and I was at like a makeup party, and I'm looking at that little mirror with that little butterfly palette thing with like lip stuff, and I'm putting it like on my eyebrows. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, that's me at 2 or 3, I don't remember. Oh, it says on the back, January of 93. So I was 3 here, gonna be 4 in July. And then a second one, I just like picked one up because this was when I was staying with my grandparents in Colorado, and I've got like, I wish you could see it better, but like I have like all of this costume jewelry that belonged to my grandma on, and I just like, I don't know, and you can see those wonderfully 90s bright colored like jumper thing. I don't even know what. And always a bow. I had a bow. So yeah, that's me. And this was, I think I was 4 here. So there we go. You get to see my little blonde bob, and it proves that I am a blonde. It just has darkened up. 9, favorite meal. I'm having a hard time remembering like a specific meal, but though Happy Meals at McDonald's with the cheeseburger and the french fries, I think that's one that comes to mind that was my favorite. I don't think there was anything other than Happy Meals that I can remember just like being super excited about. And anytime there was like the small Barbies in the Happy Meal, where you either, if you were a girl, you got the Barbie, and if you were a boy, you got the Hot Wheels car. I still have like a container of like all the Barbies I got from those Happy Meals, and there's probably like 30 or 40 in there. So I'm gonna say cheeseburger Happy Meal, because I have a lot to prove that I ate a lot of them. So real healthy, I know, but whatever. Like, it's a good memory. And number 10, favorite thing about being a kid. I mean, I can't say like something specific, but like I guess I was just happy. My favorite thing is that I grew up in a time like in the 90s where kids didn't have a lot of just electronic crap that was keeping them busy. Like, I didn't have an iPad or an iPhone or an iPod to like keep me busy in the car. Like, I read books and I listened to books on tape, and I colored and I did things like to keep me busy that used like my brain and my imagination. I didn't just like conk out. And that was something that I'm really grateful for. And just like playing outside and being with friends and not having a lot of drama and things like that. Like, those are very fond memories for me, just like playing outside pretty much all summer with my friends. So just the fact that I had the childhood that I did, I think was my favorite thing about being a kid. Because I'm so sad that like my kids someday, I don't know if they'll have that same kind of childhood, because there's going to be so many electronic doodads out there that pretty much you need to keep kids busy, but I'm hoping I can avoid that. So yeah, this is the childhood favorites tag. I will probably put the questions down below if anyone wants to do it. I tag everybody that watches this to film it, because it's actually really fun to look back. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys for my next video. Bye!